In the centennial year of 1876, the year following his literary success with The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain decided to write a novel focused on Huckleberry Finn, one of the characters included in the Tom Sawyer stories. Shortly after beginning to write the text that would become Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Mark Twain wrote to a friend, "I am tearing along on a new book. It is Huck Finn's autobiography." Fittingly, Chapter 1 of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn opens with an autobiographical declaration. "You don't know about me without you have read a book by the name The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, but that ain't no matter. That book was made by Mr. Mark Twain, and he told the truth, mainly. There was things which he stretched, but mainly he told the truth." But if this new novel was to be Huck Finn's autobiography, it is as much tightly linked with Twain's own autobiography. The stage directions include on the title page, "Scene, the Mississippi Valley. Time, 40 to 50 years ago," return us to Twain's own childhood spent on the banks of the Mississippi River. More than this common biographical detail linking Twain and Huck, however, it is the narrative snag encountered while writing Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, one that slowed Twain down into near writer's block and links these two autobiographies. 7 years after starting this writing project, in 1882, a frustrated Twain returned to the Mississippi Valley. The reason for his return was to collect material with which he would compose another book already under contract, his autobiographical Life on the Mississippi, a text written and edited in this building, Mark Twain House in Hartford, Connecticut. This book would collect nostalgic remembrances previously published in 1875 in the Atlantic Monthly, a popular literary magazine edited by Twain's friend William Dean Howells under the title Old Times on the Mississippi, with the new material. The text of Life on the Mississippi contains within it a section break that interrupts the slow drifting narrative of the past to bring us to the 1882 present. The 22nd chapter opens as such. "After 21 years' absence, I felt a strong desire to see the river again, and the steamboats, and such of the boys as might be left, so I resolved to go out there." Twain wonders here about who might be left from the old times. Perhaps unsure what would become of Huck Finn, Twain sets out to return to a place that he last saw during the first battles of the Civil War, when he was briefly a member of the Confederate Army. It is the complex of this divisive moment and the one 20 years previous to it alluded to on the title page of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn that draws Twain back. Life on the Mississippi contains within it a passage of text intended for, but finally not published in, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Twain introduces it as such. "By way of illustrating keelboat talk and manners, and that now departed and hardly remembered raft life, I will throw in this place, a chapter from a book which I have been working at by fits and starts during the past 5 or 6 years, and may possibly finish in the course of 5 or 6 more. The book is a story which details some of the passages in the life of an ignorant village boy, Huck Finn, son of the town drunkard of my time out west there. He has run away from his persecuting father and from a persecuting good widow who wishes to make a nice, truth-telling, respectable boy of him, and with him a slave of the widow's has also escaped. They have found a fragment of a lumber raft. It is high water in dead summertime, and are floating down the river by night and hiding in the willows by day, bound for Cairo, whence the Negro will seek freedom in the heart of the free states. But in a fog they pass Cairo without knowing it." In the text that follows, Life on the Mississippi produces a split in the eye of Twain's autobiography, one that is already doubly inhabited by the author Samuel Clemens in the persona of Mark Twain and Huck Finn's autobiographical eye. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is indeed a complex text. Twain's attempt to work or write through the contradictions of American culture is continually frustrated by missed opportunities, accidents, and the rush of time found in his great symbol of the Mississippi River that pulls Huck and Jim toward inevitable conflict. Many critics over the years have pointed to the question of conscience and have placed much importance on Huck's decision not to turn Jim in as an escaped slave, All right then, I'll go to hell, he says to himself. But there are no easy answers in Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. There is no moment of conversion. Huck is a child, and American slavery remained a fact. When he states at the conclusion, "But I reckon I got to light out for the territory ahead of the rest," Huck voices a desire to evade the history that Twain cannot release because he depends upon both his nostalgia for the past and a strong desire to distance himself from it. Twain's ambivalence towards antebellum culture can usefully be framed through the two terms used by Jonathan A. Rack to describe the book itself, idol and target.